Welcome to Jackie's Trans Revolution. I'm Jacqueline Moore, here in all my beauty, with no makeup, just so that y'all can see that trans is beautiful. Yeah, my shadow bothers me, but what am I gonna do, right? You know what? I just love being me, and that's the whole point of this, to be you. And so, to continue our perspective on the life of a trans person, I want to talk about dysphoria a little bit. You know, it's pretty bad. Like, basically the feeling of, your body not matching what your mind says that you are, or how you look, or how you think you should look, or how you feel. And it's just sometimes, no matter how many people tell us that we're pretty, we still have a hard time with that. And that's dysphoria. And it's the internal perception that a person has. So the best thing to do in those situations is just to kind of try to support them. And even if we don't respond to your comments and your positive things that you try to do to uplift us, at the same time, we feel it, and it helps. But when you're going through dysphoria, the whole point of HRT in general, because there's been a lot of discussions lately about some anti-transgender legislation that's been going on. And so, like, with HRT, that's like our life-saving remedy to our dysphoria. If you have dysphoria, and don't think you have to have dysphoria to be trans either. There's a such thing as euphoria. There's a spectrum of things, and that's what everybody should understand, is that there's a spectrum of things, and then we shouldn't expect polar opposite one or the other from people, right? And so when you're going through your dysphoria, you take steps to remedy the situation, and that realizes more of who you are, how you see yourself inside. So it depends on which end of the spectrum you are on, and your background and things like that, what you do and what steps that you take for your transition. But it's all about your feelings and your internalized need to realize yourself. And so because of that, we need to understand that it's really important to let trans people express themselves the way that they feel most comfortable doing so. It is not okay to gatekeep trans people and to try to say, oh, you got to fall in this bucket or that bucket. Because what we need to realize is it's dangerous going through these steps for us. And if you want to be supportive, if you want to love your child, if you want to be, a good person even, then you need to validate and accept trans people for who they are and who they say they are, regardless of how they look at the moment. Because when I first came out and I walked into the Transgender Resource Center for the first time, I told them I'm a woman. And the greatest feeling in the whole world that literally saved my life was when everybody turned around and looked at me and said, hey, Jackie, welcome. And that is what saves lives. That's what we're after. That's what we need to go and try to create, right? And then, there's negative and bad perceptions about trans people too. And literally, we just want to use the bathroom, and literally, we just want to be ourselves. And it has nothing to do with us wanting to prey on somebody or usurp their social group or whatever the case that people might say. Because in the end, we just want to be ourselves. And the reality of it is most trans people are awesome, caring, wholehearted, brilliant-minded individuals that this society actually needs. And y'all are shooting yourself in the foot if you don't accept us for our love and our compassion and who we are. Because when you let somebody be who they are, you let them shine at their brightest. And that is what we need for humanity. Not stereotypes, not norms, not, any of that crap. What we need is acceptance and a symbiotic relationship for everybody. You know, we all have our strengths and weaknesses, and it's up to us to come together as a community to fill those strengths and weaknesses and to care for each other the way that we wish people would care for us. Because nobody else is going to care for us like that. And nobody else is going to understand us like that. And so you'll need to appreciate what you have and don't trash the good people in your life. That's the heater, so it's my cue. Hope y'all have a great day. And Jackie's Trans Revolution out. Hail Satan as always. Why? Because hail thyself. It's about time.